Shalom.
Shalom, and welcome to another class here with S.O.W, Stream of Wisdom. We are located here in Houston, Texas. School address is 231 FM 1092, Stafford, Texas, zip code 77477. The class times and days is Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m., Friday from 6 to 8, Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. We also have a school in San Antonio. The address is 4444 Walls and Road, Suite 201. San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78218. The class times is the same as ours here in Houston, which is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7. They do from 7:30 to about 10, and Saturdays from about 10 a.m. to about 4. We're the schools in the South. And on the East Coast, you have Virginia and Rochester. Their address is 2610 Grammy Street, Norfolk, Virginia, zip code 23517. Class times is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 2. Rochester is 1600 Lyle Ave, Suite 1A, Rochester, New York, zip code 14606. Class times and days is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We ask that you like, share, and subscribe to all of the channels. The one that you're on right now, like, share, and subscribe to that. Like, share, and subscribe to the Norfolk, Virginia channel, the Rochester channel, and of course the San Antonio channel. Like, share, and subscribe to Mashaba's Blog Talk, the 5 Minutes of Wisdom, the Hidden True Bible Show, the kids class that we do on Sundays starting at 2 p.m. That is postponed until after. That's postponed until after Passover, of course. And that'll be back up and running after Passover is completed. And the academies, I believe, I know our academies postponed it until after Passover. But we do the academies every Monday and Tuesday. I mean, Rochester, Virginia does it every Monday, Houston does it every Tuesday. If you'd like to contact any of the priests, Kwatazapis, to my left, his number is 303-557-8979. Kazaka's number is 757-300-4047. Zion's number is 346-234-8340. If you'd like to help out and support in any way, all donations are welcome and needed. You can help out through Sweet Ambiance. Hop on there, get you some nice oils. You can get you some nice oils, some nice smell goods. Or you can go on, smell good. Or you can go on Etsy, get you Etsy Chosen Creations, and get you something nice made like these plaques that's behind me. So if you like the 10 Commandments, if you like the 12 tribes, if you would like the Our Father's Prayer, we got these plaques on the Chosen Creation site. So you can definitely hop on that and, get you one made as well. So, yeah, and just a quick heads up, we will be celebrating Purim in about 2 weeks on the 21st and the 22nd. The feast day of Purim is coming up, so we'll be celebrating that on the 21st and the 22nd, which is on a... Oh, it's 22nd and 23rd, huh?
Thursday and a Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it's the 22nd and the 23rd, which is the Thursday and the Friday coming up. So we won't have class on Friday, even though we're not online. Just letting y'all know, we won't have class. If you're in the Houston area, the Virginia area, the Rochester area, we won't have class on Friday. So just a quick reminder. On the 23rd, Friday. So that's it for the announcements. We're going to jump into today's class. So today's class is going to be titled Products of the Environment. Again, today's class is going to be titled Products of the Environment. Y'all got that? All right. So with that being said, so we're going to be going into just like the type of environment that our people is coming from and what they got to deal with on a day-to-day, the influences that they have that's molding them and shaping them into who they are. And as far as us as, up and coming priests and brothers and sisters that the Most High is choosing to help to wake our people up. These are the type of people that we're gonna have to deal with. So I'm not gonna lie, what actually sparked this class idea was, believe it or not, was Krishan Rock. If y'all don't know Krishan Rock. Anyway, she got, her guy Blueface tatted on her face. And when I saw that, I was like, dang, like, she's sick. Yeah. Right? She's sick mentally to do that. And you could just see where her decision making, you could look at her baby and you could see that there may be something wrong with her baby. And there was videos of her smoking weed and drinking while she was pregnant with the baby, right? So as you can see, she's sick, right? She's a sick woman. So what I did was, because the natural thing to do is be like, if you see a woman tattoo a guy that she's in an abusive relationship with, right? And you see her tattoo his face all right here. What's your first thought?
That's dumb. She's an idiot.
She's dumb. She's an idiot, right? The first thought, and she is. Let's not act like she's not, because she is. The first thought is like, damn, you're dumb, you're retarded, you're an idiot, right?
That's crazy.
But then, what I like to do, this is how my mind works. I like to actually look at the person and think like, dang, what made you into this idiot? What made you get to this point where it's like, where this is how your mind works, where you thought that this was a good idea? You know what I'm saying? Like, what made you turn into this? Because the scripture says, train up a child in the way that he should go. When he gets old, he won't depart, right? So how did you get here? That's what I like to look at, because let's go to Deuteronomy real quick. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, of course, and go to verse 37.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Become a what?
Astonishment.
Become a what?
Astonishment.
So when you look at that, you're astonished. Man, if you take it back 10, 15 years ago, you never would have thought like somebody would do that and be famous. And it would be so promoted like it's a good thing. Like people like that, right? People that got like actual... It's funny, I was in the mall and somebody was walking around with a jacket, with a sweater that said mental health. But having mental issues is promoted to our people here in America, like it's a good thing. So you look like people that swing both ways, or I'm trying not to get our channel banned, but that's doing certain surgeries. It's obvious they got mental issues.
We going in right quick now.
It's obvious they got mental issues, but they're promoted like it's a good thing. Krishan Rock got mental issues, and she's promoted like she's a good thing. And nobody gives a damn about her. Nobody cares. Nobody, like her and Blueface, nobody cares about their relationship and what they got going on, but they steady push it into our face. Now, if you're not like, I get it. Quadazop to my left, he's grown. Corey grown. Abishai grown. You may not know about them, right?
I know about them.
Yeah.
The funniest part is when he said the baby looked like Charles Barkley.
Oh, wow.
I see that video. He said that baby ain't my baby. That baby, that's Charles Barkley's baby.
Wow.
But
God.
You see how like y'all may not know about them? Like, you see how like I'm 31, so I still know like the NBA young boys, the Kodaks that they promote. Y'all may not know them, y'all may not listen to them, but the thing is this: your grandkids and your children, they're listening to them, and they're the ones that's influencing them. So if you think about the musicians or the celebrities that influenced y'all when y'all were coming up, they had their issues, but they're not like Like NBA YoungBoy right now, man, he be posting pictures with like 10 pills in his mouth.
Oh.
That's an OD.
Like with 10 pills in his mouth. And that's what's promoted. Like, that's the thing that's like really promoted right now for our people. Is to pop all these pills, man. You see what I'm saying? So, again, the title of the class is titled Products of the Environment. And this first point is going to be titled The Environment. But read that again. Deuteronomy 28, verse 37.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37.
Because what we're going to go into today in today's class is like, you know, you can look at them, you can look at these people off of face value and be like, damn, y'all are dumb, y'all are retarded. Something's wrong with y'all. And yes, something is wrong with them. But you got to understand where they're coming from and the environment that they're coming from, because this is what the next generation is being molded by. So these are the type of people that's going to be walking through these doors. You see what I'm saying? This is the generation that's going to be walking through these doors. They're going to be just like or very similar to Krishan. It's going to be women that's very similar to Krishan Rock. Men that's very similar to NBA and to Kodak. That's going to be walking through these doors. And guess what? They're going to have problems. They're going to be just like them. The only difference is they ain't going to have no money. You see what I'm saying? So how are we going to deal with these type of spirits that do come through the door?
We're going to leave.
A lot of people will.
We're going to leave because I'm not sticking around. No. I'm joking.
A lot of people would leave.
I'm not sticking around for Krishan Rock.
A lot of people wouldn't want to deal with that spirit. But we're going to go into this class because you'll be very surprised what kind of spirits Christ was dealing with.
I'm running for the hills.
So let's go to
It was a joke.
let's go to Psalms 51 and 5.
Psalm chapter 51, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I was shapen in iniquity,
Uh-huh.
and in sin did my mother conceive
So
me.
this is David, and this is a very good scripture. He's saying, man, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. So what he's saying is I was conceived into a sinful world, and the iniquities and the sin from the sinful world that I was conceived into has shaped me into being the man that I am today. So if David is saying that, and this was way back in David's time, don't you see that this is what's shaping us today? The same world is what shaped us into who we are today. And when you look at what they promote for us, you know the one thing that we got to consider, man, we live in this bubble as Israelites where we stay away from the madness, we stay away from the wickedness, which is a good thing, but there's times when you do got to go out into the world and dibble and dabble because you got to go to work or your kids got to go to school. And listen, sometimes just telling your kids don't do this or don't do that, sometimes it's not enough. If they don't really understand.
That makes them want to do it more.
That makes them want to do it more. You know, so you got to understand what's going on, like fully understand what's going on with these people and understand where their mind is at so that you can help your children to understand where their mind is at. Y'all see what I'm saying? So let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54.
God.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 54.
Deuteronomy.
So we was born into a sinful world and shaped by the iniquities of the sinful world. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 54.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
So when you look at this, when you look at like this new generation of rappers, when you look at drill music, all they do is make music about killing each other.
They say pow.
Huh?
And they say pow a lot.
Yeah, they say pow and gang. And do it again? Yeah, like
Oh, wow.
Smoking on this, smoking on that.
smoking on this person, smoking on that person.
Hot packs.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But guess what? This is what's promoted. Again, this is what's promoted for us.
I'm struggling right now.
This is what's promoted for us. So, but let's not forget it's a part of the curses. His eyes shall be evil toward his brother. Go ahead.
and toward the wife of his bosom,
Go ahead.
and toward the remnant of his children,
Go ahead.
which he shall lead.
Which he shall what?
Shall lead.
Which he shall what?
Shall lead.
So now the children grow up without dads, and the children, guess what? Who becomes their dads?
The TV.
The streets.
Drum music.
The streets become their dads. You always hear cats say, the streets raised me. The streets is what raised me. So if the streets raised them, why you think they act like hood rats? Why you think they act like hoodlums? Because the streets is what raised them. But what we gotta see is like they're promoting that on a high level. They're promoting that on a high level to our people right now. Like anything good, anything resemblance of good towards the 12 tribes is not what's promoted to us at all. From Judah to Issachar to Gad to Reuben, Gad and Reuben on those reservations, all that's promoted to them is liquor and alcohol. I remember I talked to one of them one time, and they was like, yeah, we hustle liquor. They selling shots of vodka, like how we selling dime bags, how we selling gram bags. They selling shots of vodka. That's how much liquor is a problem on the reservations. That's what they're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? But all the tribes is dealing with these different things, and the influences is just, it's like, there's no filter anymore on the influences. Y'all see what I'm saying? On the negative influence. So, what were you gonna say real quick?
Right. And everything that's good is promoted as corny. Or like the whack.
Yeah, the stuff that, I'm not even gonna say is good. The stuff that's not as vulgar, and the stuff that's not as base level, that's corny and whack. That's how they do it. You see what I'm saying? Like the chick that ain't dressing a certain type of way and carrying herself a certain type of way, she's corny, she's whack. The dude that's walking around and not sagging his pants and not acting like a hoodlum and not spending 2-3 hours to get dressed and to get his stuff together like he's a woman, like that dude is corny. That dude is lame. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because they rather like even the men, the type of men that's promoted, like they promote these men that's like, because they have no fathers, they roll very aggressively. They'll be very quick to kill somebody, but at the same time they have so much female tendencies, man. That is ridiculous, but that's what's promoted. Why? And it all started when they got the fathers out the house, because now you can get to the children. The families stay broken. So jump to verse 56.
Verse 56.
Uh-huh.
The tender and delicate woman among you,
Uh-huh.
which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
Uh-huh.
Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom,
Go ahead.
and toward her son,
Uh-huh.
and toward her daughter.
And when you look at it, now we have men, we have fathers, and we have mothers who's in the curse that's giving birth to what? Monsters. And that's the next scripture we're going to. We go to 2 Ezra chapter 5 and 8.
Where is that?
He said, yeah, they're giving birth to gremlins, they're giving birth to monsters. And bro, they are monsters. Krishan Rock is a monster, bro. NBA Youngboy is a monster. Kodak is a monster. Like, the dudes that they put up, the women that Sexy Red is a monster, a disgusting monster. Sukiana is a disgusting monster, but I got one for y'all. Oh man, I'm not even gonna mention that. That's an abomination. That's a walking abomination.
That is abomination. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like-
an abomination from the Incredible Hulk.
But
Abomination. Sexy
but
Santana.
I want y'all to think about something, and we're gonna get there. But if Saucy Santana, damn, I said it. I meant to say Sexy Red. If you look at it when it fell down, it went from what? It went from Lil Kim to Trina to who was after Trina probably.
Lil Kim, Foxy Brown,
Lil
Trina.
Kim, Foxy Brown, Trina.
I
I ain't gonna lie, I love Trina.
I love Lil Kim.
Lil
And
Kim.
Foxy Brown. Like, but that's besides the point. After Trina, it was.
I think
It became like a conglomerate of a few different,
few different ratchets.
few different hood rats. Yeah.
And then it probably got to Nicki.
Then they got to Nicki.
And then from Nicki to Cardi, then from Cardi to Megan, and from Megan to
And like a bunch of filthy no names in between.
Yeah.
from Megan it's probably went to Doja Cat.
And then because I remember it was Megan, Doja Cat, and then after Doja Cat, you had the City Girls. That's when you had
Girl Jocelyn.
bro. It was like
Oh,
see,
way
it's so
back.
many of them though.
Yeah.
It's so because that's the movement.
That's and that's the point. Like
Like having hot girl summers is like a thing. That just used to be a saying. Like there was a video I shared. Did I share it to everybody? With the little baby in the red spaghetti strap shirt and her belly was out. Yeah, it was a little baby. It was on Facebook. Little girl. She had on like some tight spandex pants, spaghetti strap shirt. And her whole back was out and her stomach was out. And the little boy was standing. It was like a bunch of little kids around. The little boy was standing there. She went up to the little boy and wrapped around his neck and tried to climb on him. And they both fell. Boom. Right? Then they get him up, and then like obviously it fast forwards, and he's sitting on the steps, and she goes and tries to climb on. She's trying to like ride him. Mind you, these are like 1-year-old just learning how to walk toddlers in diapers. The little boy is standing there like, get her away from me. Right? But it's like 305 culture.
Yeah.
That's what it was titled. And mind you, you got grown. The sad part is you got parents that are there, but you could tell they look like Bryce's age. The parents look like they in their 20s. So they're the ones that go to those concerts.
yeah.
They're the ones that like those videos, listen to that music in the car, right? There was the one teacher that when she was putting on like a Cinderella or something for the little girls in the school, and they all was like, no, we want to hear Pound Town. Now, I've only heard Pound Town once, and that was on purpose because of that video. I'm like, what the hell is a Pound Town? And then when I seen it, I was like, oh, that's wild. I guess that was Sexy Red's song that got her hot. And it was wild. It was crazy. I mean, you seen Pound Town?
I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen the video?
Yes.
Y'all gotta watch the video, and then y'all will really understand. Don't watch it with your kids around, because it's foul. It's filthy. She got niggas on the strip licking her toes. It's like random cats licking her toes on the strip on South Beach.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But then she's the same one at her baby shower. Her dude put his face in her butt
Took a picture.
and took a picture at their baby shower. So this is something that their child, when the baby looks at the baby shower photos, it's gonna be the baby's dad with his face like in her butt, like this, literally. And he took a picture like it was cool. Like that's the wildest thing I've ever seen.
But y'all want to know what's funny? Even about that picture,
Crazy.
like, and we're gonna go into this too. Like, y'all know that's how witches. That's how they said that you meet Satan.
Yeah, the
Like,
masculine infame. That's how you would worship Satan in certain societies.
When Satan appeared, you kissed him right.
In the glory hole.
Oh, man.
You kissed him right. That's how Juan said the brown eye.
In the glory hole. That's where Jerry Jones is trying to go. The glory hole. So we're gonna take it to the glory hole.
But that's why why you think they promote that now?
Listen,
Why you think they promote that?
Like
Because
Kevin Gates.
That's the thing. Like, why do you think
Like Kevin Gates talk about how much booty. Like he's like, man, I just can't stop eating booty.
Yeah.
eating gross?
Yeah, he said I love it. Bro, he said I can't say it.
Kevin,
But Kevin Gates, bro, he talked about how he like make sure that he like tastes the innards.
yeah.
But think about.
Yeah, he said I'm trying to be like, but he said that like
Yeah.
he want to make sure he tastes your inward parts.
But okay, Abishai, let me ask you a question. Could you even imagine when you were like 20? Can you imagine that being what it is?
Nah, that's
Yeah, no.
You
That's
couldn't,
not-
right?
Right.
And this is the point, and what I'm trying to, and why we're going over this class, because like for a lot of us, like we're not indulging in that type of stuff that they're promoting, and we don't even know about it half the time. Let's see, the kids know about it. You see what I'm saying?
Share
And
that video. I'm gonna find that
and
video.
the kids know about it, and they're indulgent. They're curious, and they're starting to indulge in it, and that's why I was mentioning, like, it went from Lil Kim to Foxy to Trina to Nicki, and then it keeps getting worse. So if you see Sexy Red doing that, I always say, like, damn, the bar it got worse. Don't y'all think it's gonna get worse than Sexy Red?
The bar has to raise.
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Like we sitting here talking about Saucy Santana. You don't think it's gonna get worse than him? You got Joe Budden, the podcaster, and when he talks, you think he says some real stuff sometimes. But then he's talking about he swing both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Joe Budden.
Like you wouldn't even know. And in one of his videos, he's like, "Yeah, I swing both ways," and it's like, so how many people out there? How many men out there now swing both ways? It's an epidemic in Atlanta.
Yeah, you got Malik Yoba. Right, they had a big thing on him a while back, and then it resurfaced. But he's like, yeah, transgenders, I love them. I've been on that. He's been on that for years, and he was, what it was? He was mad because he was the head of like the sorority, like the sorority that he was in college. Fraternity. He was the head of fraternity, and so what they do, the fraternities, they groom young men like his age, Elijah's age. They'll take them on the weekends. Like my cousin does it with his son. He's a Kappa, right? Not a capper, a Kappa, right? And so it's funny. I seen the video of my cousin. He got the cane in his pocket, and he walking and marching, but he's like still only in like high school, right? But they groom the young men for them to join the fraternity. But he was the head of the chapter, and when they heard like, yo, this guy likes transgenders, they were like, nah, we can't have you as the head of the chapter, right? Which is wild because they be doing a lot of. I seen one video with the Q Dogs, right? That's the Cats in Purple.
Yeah.
And they was all in a room looking sweaty with their pants down to the back of their thighs, and their butts were all out. And they were hooting and hollering and stomping and doing weird. I'm like, why is all y'all's pants down? A bunch of men's.
Yeah.
So there's a right, but y'all crazy. But what we're trying to what we're getting at is what we're getting at is where do these things start?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Where do they start? A lot of people online, oh, that's gross, that's nasty. Yeah, it is. Okay, Omega Psi Phi, right? Omega Psi Phi, right? Wow, did not know that about Joe. My son loves listening. See, my son loves listening to him. Wonder if he knows that. But that's the thing. Like, you don't know. See, you know what the wildest part about celebrities are? You don't know a damn thing about them. And the kids will have them on the wall as a poster, right? They listening to their message, right? I only listen to one Joe Budden song in my whole life. I got one song that I like of Joe Budden, that's it, right? But you let your kids pump his words and chant his words into your ears, right? And you'll idolize him or her, the Sukis and the Sexy Reds and the Pound Towns and it's some wild songs out there. The one where the chick was talking about getting an abortion, she was right in front of Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Right? What's the one? I don't need no nigga. What's the one? Gorilla?
That's all of them.
Glorilla? Yeah. What was the song she made though? That was like a chant. Yeah. It was like a literal
SINGLE.
SINGA. Niggas, right?
But
how's it go?
Because
right?
Yeah, it's called single.
She got her ears to the street sometimes.
I forgot what it was.
I got my ear to the street, but I don't remember it. It was promoting being single, but that got her on. Yeah. But then think about it. If that's what's being chanted and then it's resonating in the children's heads, and then what are they literally, what do they got to move off of? yeah, we can sit here and no real, yeah, it's gross as this, as that, but remember, I'm gonna let you go through it.
You
What's
know,
that?
You saw them do that with the one guy with the rope.
Lil Nas X.
Old Town, yes.
Lil Nas X, yeah. Like they let you get
Lil Nas X, you saw?
No Town Road or whatever.
Old Town Road.
Yeah, they let you get a nice little chant in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a dope song for the kids. You can square dance to it. Oh, by the way, I like to ride. I like to ride Satan from the back
Yeah.
hit you with the okie
in the
doke.
Garden of Eden,
Yep.
dressed as an angel.
Already consumed it.
Yeah, you already
Children
done
already
chanted.
consumed it.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's how they get you. But now they're not doing that. Now there's no like, ta-da! Like now it's like, nigga, this what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh,
What's that?
that other cat too.
Who? All of them?
Tank.
Oh, Tank. Yeah, he talking about. He's like, yeah, like yeah, you could, you know,
Tank and
you
Charlemagne.
you can you can go down on a man.
But it's not.
Another man can go down on a man, but if he does it once, it's okay. He's just testing it out.
Said that?
Tank said?
Yeah, Tank said he was like, oh yeah, you just testing it out. But if he does it a second time,
I mean, but let's be real though.
don't back that up.
I kind of could tell that Tank was.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna say, let's be real, he's right.
I kind of could tell. I mean, it's kind of obvious that Tank is gay.
No, I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say, let's be real. He got a point there.
Nah. I was gonna say it's kind of obvious that Tank is gay. Like,
Bro, they all do some. Like, bro, I just watched the thing on Quincy Jones. How he just be out there just rip taking men's souls. Quincy Jones, right? I'm like, dang, it's wild.
yeah.
He trying to get with Tupac. That's what I heard allegedly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he trying to. You know what I'm saying? What's that?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to say because I like paying attention to this topic because, like you just said, like sometimes I do have my ear to the streets just to be aware of certain things. I don't know if that's good, not to be down with it, but just to be aware. But when it comes down to like Sexy Red and stuff, like I was talking to Kalaya the other day, and I just asked her like, "What have you been studying?" And she told me Titus 2 and 3. And I started looking at it, and you know, it's talking about how the older sister's supposed to help the younger sister love their husband,
Right.
keep us at home, you know, be chaste, be obedient, and all of that. And then I just always come across like Sexy Red and stuff, and I'm like, dang, her whole message is the total opposite of that. You know, she's dropping music that is saying "F my baby dad" and literally talking about things that is like, I'm back outside as soon as I drop the baby, and just
So,
everything
yeah.
that brings
So
us home.
let me. You see what you're saying?
Yeah.
This is the thing. This is me personally, and I don't know any females, ladies. Even I got 2 younger sisters. That's not a part of the truth. They don't even like her. I don't know anybody that likes her. Do you?
I don't listen to her. I don't
No. I'm saying, do you know anybody that likes her?
Oh, a ton of people like her.
No. But I'm saying, do you
know
personally
anybody.
know anybody that like her?
Personally.
Yeah. Do you know somebody that like could quote?
You
her
don't,
bars?
right? You
No,
don't.
no.
And that's the point of what I'm trying to go into is that a lot of these cats, they're plants. They're industry plants. Like Glorilla was, she blew up, yeah, but she was an industry plant. She had a song that the industry was like, this is the message that we want to push to the 12 tribes. So guess what, Glorilla? We gonna make you famous because this right here is what we can push, and they gonna eat it up to carry on the influence that we want them to have.
And the coldest part about the song, that single song with Glorilla, it was out like a year before she got signed.
Yep.
It was like some ratchet home video that she shot with her like pregnant chick, her pregnant friend twerking off the back of a car.
Yep.
Y'all seen the video? Don't act like y'all seen it, right?
Yep.
That was out way before she got even on.
Yeah.
So think about it. Who's searching the airwaves for ratchet music like that and saying, yes, this is what we want to put our money behind? Now, remember, let me just say one thing.
Yep.
Remember, white people are behind the musical industry.
Jewish, Amalek.
Amalek is behind the music and movie industry. So what dude is sitting up searching YouTube because to find that video on YouTube, you got to type in ratchet hood rat disgusting you know what to find that, right? Think about it. Like, who's literally searching for that and saying, "Bing, I'm gonna throw 100 million behind that."
That's crazy.
Pregnant women twerking in the back of a Charger, doing donuts in the parking lot of Walmart. Like, who's trying to put their money behind that? This is what y'all gotta ask yourselves. Like, the song was out before she was anybody.
Yeah.
So think about it.
Yeah. You know how you were saying like you like to have your ear to the streets. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I love having my ear to the streets because when I hear it or when I see it, I'm like, okay, I understand what it is that they're trying to do. I understand what it is that they're trying to promote. You see what I'm saying? Because then now I can kind of have an idea of how to defend against it. Because they're doing that and we just sitting here consuming it and then just telling our kids, yeah, don't be like that. Yeah, don't listen to that. Don't partake. That's if you don't really understand what is even going on or how to really like show them how not to be like that, then they will be like that. You see what I'm saying? When they get the chance or when they start having to work or go to school or be around people that have to be that are like that or that is listening to that music or that is carrying themselves like that, they're not gonna know how to move. They're just gonna be like, yeah, my dad don't want me to listen to that. Yeah, my mom don't want me to listen to that. And then the kids is gonna be like, why not? Why not?
No, it's not why not. It's you have a whack life.
You lame.
Then and then they start to put the kids down because they're not gearing their mind towards what the norm is doing. They're now ostracized. They're looked at as being lame or being whack or just you missing out. Like, really? I'm missing out on being a thought pocket? Like, come on, man. Like, you're not missing out on anything, but that's how the world. Ain't that how the world does everything?
Yep.
Like, oh man, you gotta hit this blunt. Nah, remember, I mean, we all watched Friday. Craig was like, nah, I'm good. And Smokey made smoking weed look like, he made it look like if you wasn't smoking weed, you were the most garbageous cat in the world. He blowing smoke rings, spelling his name, right? Dollar signs coming out of his mouth. You're like, damn, I'm gonna go hit that blunt too, right? I wanna smoke what he's smoking, right? But that's how they promoted it. Like, that whole movie was about, like, if you ask anybody, what's your favorite Friday? Oh, Friday, first Friday. I'm like, but it wasn't even the funniest. It was just about a nigga trying to get high. Like, why is that funny? See what I'm saying? Why is that funny? When the one with Cat Williams was the funniest one. Like, let's be real. Like, on a funny scale, Cat Williams destroys Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
But why is the one about smoking weed the one that's like the icon? Not because it's the first one, because it's about smoking weed and what it promotes. Big Perm, right? You got all these different people in there, and it's all about drugs in the hood, and that whole narrative, right, is being pushed. And everybody's like, man, it's a classic. It's that lifestyle. But then you gotta ask, but like, who's backing that though? Who's pushing that?
And that's the thing, like, you don't see that. You don't see it from like the other cultures.
No.
Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not watching Bollywood to know.
I do.
I'm not.
And it's very eloquent. Even when they tell their little whack ass love stories, they don't make the little Bollywood chick look like a hoe. They just don't. They're not letting the little Indian chick look like a thought.
But that goes into what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
It goes into what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Elon is just lame.
Yeah, they lame as hell.
I'm not watching Bollywood, but
they're lame as hell. But
the thing is like
they do things with honor though. When you watch like ancient Chinese movies and shows, you're like, damn, this is honorable. Even when a chick was a hoe in like a Chinese show, she was like a hidden hoe. Yeah, she still dressed properly, but she has some tendencies, right? But she just wasn't out there the way they push our people, and then it's for everyone else to watch. And like the scriptures say, it says the nations will see us and wag their heads and say, this is the perfection of beauty, because that's what they want. They want to be able to look at a movie and do this: hoes, pimps, guns, drugs, killing. And then see the first black person and be like, hoes, pimps, drugs, money, killing. And that's why when you walk next to them in the store, they clutch that purse and they tighten up real close. They looking around because they like, nigga, I see you in the movie. You killed somebody. We laughed about it. It was funny as hell.
Yep.
But now you're here in front of me, so it ain't that funny.
Well, now you live next to me.
Now you live next to you, making the property value go down. You're doing all these different things, right? And they joke about it in these movies. Remember when he moved to Rancho Cucamonga in that Friday?
Oh yeah.
Right? And it was just it got real hood after he moved in. Like, but that's what they be looking like. Like, damn, as soon as these niggas move in, right? They got pit bulls running around, dogs doodling everywhere. They got broken down cars in the driveway. They got loud music, crack parties, right? Gangs. Yeah, Mexicans came in. All of a sudden, we got gang banging. No more luck.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. So, some Issachar moved in down the street.
From y'all.
Yeah, and I was happy.
Damn, really?
Yeah, because when I was getting ready to leave, I just heard Issachar music blasting.
Yeah.
Like their bass was like shaking my house, and I was like,
you about to have a bass off?
I was like, thank God. Like I didn't know. I thought it was like a car that like pulled up
He about to turn this up
or
now.
something. So like I look, and I see Issachar, and they got like an old Cadillac,
Oh yeah.
and they like putting the car together.
10
And they got
wheels.
speakers in the back of the trunk. The trunk
The
like
house
lights
speak-
up.
the house speakers?
And I'm like,
Thank you, Lord.
I'm like, it won't just be me.
I got a friend.
I'm like, it just won't be me. Like looking, you know, like what we just mentioned.
like a typical black man.
Like why? Because we got some spirit. Because we like our music a little bit. We like to enjoy ourselves. We like, I don't know, bro. Anyways, let's go to 2nd Ezra 5:8. What you got, McGunn?
So on the point that y'all made about how they'll take us, our image of how we're supposed to be portrayed today, and then they'll apply it to us. You talk about the Bollywood movies, right?
Yeah.
I've been watching these new little Korean shows,
Right?
right?
Watch them. They're on Netflix.
And the thing is, they're trying to portray them like however you think, right? The gangs, the drugs, the fighting, all that. They're trying to do that in every single one of these shows now. And even when they do it, they don't do it like how they portray us. Like, you have the person who's a druggie, but this person who's a druggie owns companies. Right?
Oh, he's the professional drug user.
He's a professional.
He
functioning.
snorts coke.
Yeah,
He doesn't do crack.
Yeah, he has tattoos, but he has a business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He got the tattoo right here with the long sleeve.
Yeah,
Right.
right. He's functional. Even when they're a gangster, they have all this honor and code, and they no women, no children.
Right. We ain't killing women and kids. And
Right.
Nigga, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. They try to make that life when they do it. They try to make it look honorable and portray it with some type of silver lining. But with us, it's just straight menace to society.
Yes.
Right? I remember Menace to Society. Come on, it's just straight niggerdom. Ain't no cutoff, ain't no switch. We just straight animals. You gotta, it's important. It's important. Anyway, no, go back to the class.
Go to 2nd Ezra's.
You said 5 and 8, right?
2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again.
So this is talking about the last days, right? So confusion in many places, fire often sent out. That's not what I want though. Read.
And the wild beasts shall change their places,
Go ahead.
and mistress women shall bring forth monsters.
So I remember when I was young in the truth and I read this, I used to think like, man, like you'll have women on their periods bringing forth, like, I don't know, like spider-looking kids. Like, but that's not what it's talking about. When it says menstruous, when a woman is on her menstrual cycle, what is she?
Unclean.
She's unclean. So you have unclean women that's bringing forth unclean children. Like you have women that in no way, shape, or form should ever be given the opportunity to be a wife or a mother. And that's what's promoted as a woman that you should get with. Like there's no way in hell that Setsi Red should ever be having a kid. Or ever have a man. There's no way that Sukiana should have children or a man. There's no way that they should. That Nicki Minaj should. Why? Because they're unclean women that's only gonna bring forth monstrous children.
Didn't Nicki Minaj marry a dude that was like convicted of rape?
Yeah, he's a pedophile. He did something.
But see that's my point. Like, look at when they do choose a man, look what they choose.
Exactly. You know, even NBA YoungBoy's mom. I remember one time she had a video and she was like, kill all of them. She was telling him, she was like, oh, go and kill all of them. Keep shooting until your gun run out of bullets. She's telling that to her son. But y'all know NBA YoungBoy's father went to jail when he was like 10 years old, and they gave him like 50 years. His father went to jail. He's in jail doing like 50 years for a robbery that turned into a murder. And the thing is that NBA YoungBoy, think about that happening to you at 10 years old. You lost your dad to that. And then look at how your mom moves. So like now, not saying that if his dad was around, like he would be anything different, because look what his dad was doing. But usually when a man men that are doing that type of stuff, when they get older, they're usually like, this ain't the way. This ain't the way. Like, I gotta change. So even if they have kids, they start telling their kids, this ain't it. Like, I can speak from some of my own family members that was like, bro, don't do this. Don't do that. Like, they start telling you, hey, stay in school, start following your education. Why? Because they now walk down that road and they're like, this is it. But see, his pops left, the streets raised him, and now he's a complete animal just with money. And guess how many kids he got? He got 11 kids. So what's going to happen to his kids?
When I went to the summit, I forget the brother's name, but he's a general of rum, that the school rum, and we were rapping, and he was like, man, he got 7 kids, he got 6 boys, right? And we was talking and raising the kids, and he was like, and it's funny because he said it, and I feel it. Like, the one thing you pray for from the Most High is like, do not take me yet, right? Like, I always look at Noah, I look at all my kids, and I'm like, the worst thing to ever happen to them is if I'm not around, right? I pray to the Most High that, you know, he can give me, you know, that type of time that he gave Adam. I'm not saying 1,000 years, but when I say the time he gave Adam, remember Adam sat with 10 generations, right? I know I'm not gonna be able to sit with 10 generations, but even if I can sit with 2, I do got 2 generations actually. Okay, so maybe 3. Never know, right? But still 2, like, see my kids' and be that type of influence, right? But even just to influence them to a level of, you know, past what I was influenced, right? I mean, we're always influenced, but you know what I mean, that positive influence. You know, think about, I mean, you got kids, you ain't got no kids, but you know what it is, you know what it is, right? But think about the things you know now. And you look at your kid's age and you're like, damn, I wish I could have put more into their development and not let them just go be who they are, right? And they make choices and they choose, and I'm seeing that a lot too, like they gonna just choose who the hell they wanna be, right? But you still pray that you can be around to be at least a good example for them to at least have the idea of what a good man is, what a good woman is, as opposed to what the world is trying to promote as what is good, right? And then you could say, well, at least it was fair for them, right? Like, that's the one thing I just want. Like, at least it's fair that they can see the both sides of the coin. Like, a lot of us didn't get both sides, right? And even if you did, you didn't really recognize what the both sides were, right? I kind of got both sides, meaning I had good people in my life and I had bad people in my life, right? And I feel like I came out halfway decent. It was half and half. I didn't overly get in trouble, but I got in trouble. I wasn't a dirt bag, but I wasn't like the best dude either. I got dirt, right? But I'm not doing nearly none of the stuff that I grew up with. And you want, you know, that'd be my prayer. So me and the brother were talking, and we were basically saying the same thing. Like, man, we look at our kids and we're like, man, the certain things that they do, we're like, Lord, give me more time to be able to develop that out of them, You know, where a lot of these people that we talking about, these products of the environment, cats going to jail 50 years, get out, go right back to jail 50 years later, for 50 more years. There was a video of a dude, he got out of jail, the dude was interviewing. He was like, you just got out of jail? He's like, yeah. He's like, what you about to go do? He's like, find somebody to kill. Yeah. Like, you just got out. He's like, bro, I don't care. I got dirt to go do. Right? But think about that mind. Like, I'm going to go right back into the hole, but some people only function like that. That's their influence. That's the only way they can live is 3 hots in a cot. They don't know how to live on the outside. Right? I was listening to, you know, Gilbert Arenas, the basketball player, Kenya Martin. And they asked a dope question, man, about, it was, what's your guy's name that used to play? Nick Young.
Oh.
Nick Young does this video, basketball player, right? He does this video like, see, man, life, because he don't play in the NBA no more. And he's talking about life after the NBA. He's like, man, I can't cheat on my woman. She don't leave me. I'm not bringing in nearly enough money I used to be able to bring in to go cheat on her and act like this and do like that and this. So they asked a question like, life after the NBA, what is it really like? And Gilbert Arenas broke it down. He was like, bruh, this is what I've been doing since I'm 10 years old. This is all I know. It's the only thing. He's like, I gotta learn how to be a dad. I got kids, but I don't even know how many kids I got. I don't know their birthdays. I don't know. So now I gotta actually be a dad. Like, it's easy to be an NBA dad. You pull up at night. He said, if anything, I interrupt their life more than be a part of it. Because I'm pulling up at 2 a.m, waking them up. Hey, then they don't see me again for 2 weeks. He said that happened for years and years, but now he talked about like going through the depression, trying to reacclimate, and he equated being in the NBA to being in jail. Because it said you live a certain life for so long, now you got to reacclimate into a new life, right? So think about like all the aspiring basketball players and sports players. You wanna do this one life, but then think about it. What do you got on the other end? When that life is over, what do you got? You got to still learn how to be a person. You got to still learn how to be a good human, right? You got to have these other influences. So, yeah, man, it's that's our goal, is to influence the right way in the spirit of the Most High.
I was gonna say L'Oreal. She had said, I don't even know these new artists and don't care to even listen to none of their music.
You should.
And
listen.
And that's what I was gonna say is like, of course, I'm not telling you to like download their music and listening to it all day, but you do have to see what is the influence like that they're pushing onto your kids.
Exactly.
So that you can talk to them about it and show them and give them the wisdom about it, because you can tell them, hey, don't listen to this. You can tell them, hey, don't watch this, don't listen to this. Like, they're gonna watch it and they're gonna listen to it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're better off trying to prep their mind for it, so that when it does come along, they know how to handle it, so that when they do have to go around people, because this is the thing, like, you may not listen to it, you may not jam it. Like, I don't got no Glorilla or Red or none of these cats that I'm listening to, but the thing is that I know what they're about, and I understand what the people that I'm maneuvering around, I know what they're about, because when I pull up and I hear them talking, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's influencing you. I see what you're a part of. I see why they can now put a Sexy Red and let her music blast. Like, think about it. In your time, they couldn't have a Lil Nas X. They couldn't have a Lil Nas X and it be promoted.
But they had, and I was gonna say something.
Like, blatantly, like how he's doing it.
Right.
They couldn't do that.
They couldn't.
But they started from somewhere.
Yeah.
They started from somewhere to get it to build it to where it now got to this point. And when they started it, they got y'all to accept it. And now all it's done is mature to this point where you do have a Lil Nas X. But the thing is that we got kids. And if you look at your kids, like they it's like with the children, they got they'll have like little Teen Titan stuff. And all the little cartoons, they prep the children for being homosexuals. They prep them for being overly sexualized. Why? Because all these cartoons, they make it into this joke where they emphasize butt.
Yep.
They emphasize the booty on all these cartoons now.
Ren and Stimpy and all that. Remember those?
Were you watching the kids is watching the cartoons. You're an adult, so you don't care. you don't even really understand. Look, I keep saying cartoons, and they looking back like cartoons, cartoons,
thirsty.
But see, we don't even. Honestly, I don't even know what cartoons they would be watching.
Thirst.
But look, you see how they keep looking back every time I say cartoons.
Y'all watch cartoons? What'd you watch?
I watched like Sonic.
Okay.
But see, that Sonic cartoon, I don't let my daughter watch the Sonic cartoon.
Why?
Because the Sonic cartoon is already promoting like Sonic is trying to get with the pink Sonic looking thing.
Oh, I didn't know.
So it's like they're already
And I'm
promoting.
pretty sure they got
like,
Tails being gay.
But
He was kind of soft in
that's this is the point I'm trying to make. Like we're disconnected from it. So,
But can I say something real quick? It's naive to be disconnected. You know why? Because think about it. Some of y'all on the line is like my age, a little bit older, right?
Yeah.
But remember, when R. Kelly was pumping,
oh, she said it. Desensitizing and normalizing.
Right.
That's exactly what they're doing.
that's it. So remember when R. Kelly was like the biggest artist? What was his biggest songs? Keep It on the Down Low was talking about adultery. Right? And then he had the Down Low remix. Then he had the Chocolate Factory. You know, that was talking about filthiness. Right, he's the Pied Piper. Like, think about it. That's R. Kelly, right? I go through all the different R&B. Like, oh, I just listen to R&B. R&B promoted nothing but adultery.
Yep.
Right? I was listening to
Keith Sweat too.
I was listening to Hey Lover with LL Cool J. Hey Lover, this is more than a crush. Bro, he was talking about being with another. LL Cool J the whole time was rapping about being with another man's woman, having a crush on her, while Boys to Men was singing the harmony. Like I was in here the other day cutting oils, and Hey Lover comes on. I'm like, I really started listening to it. I'm like, damn, this whole song is about this dude fantasizing about a whole nother man's woman. He broke Matthew's 5. Right? If you think about her in your heart, you commit adultery with her.
Yeah.
Right? So when you go through all that R&B, right? You go through all that music and you start to listen, every R&B artist got one song where he talking about committing adultery.
Yep.
Every one of them. All them old school Teddy Brendergrasses and the teenagers. Remember Mrs. Jones?
Oh yeah.
Come on, he was talking about meeting some chick that wasn't his at the bench, giving her a kiss and then never seeing her again. That's old school. Come on, man. Like we can't act like it ain't like just because it wasn't thrown in your face, even though it was. But they couldn't just throw it in your face. There had to be a bewitching of naughtiness. There had to be a slow seduction, right? To now where they can just now they can just have y'all watched the Alexander the Great on Netflix? First 8 minutes, he's kissing a dude. Now he was gay, right? But in the 90s, they would have never just threw that out there in the first 8 minutes. Two men just slobbing each other down. Ugh. Right? On Netflix or on anything. But now they can open a scene with two dudes and you'll sit there and watch it because you know you got to get past that part to understand the story and then get to the next scene, right? But in the 90s, I keep telling y'all, like, I grew up in New York in the 90s. It was very rare to see gay dudes. My mom used to take me to the Village. We used to go to Soho. We used to go through the city. We used to be on the train. You wasn't seeing homosexuals just walking around holding hands. And when you did, it was wild crazy to see. It was the wildest thing I would ever see. Like, yo, these two dudes, they had to be really some real brave homosexuals at that time because they was the only ones really doing it. But it was usually older white men and older Puerto Rican cats that was really on that. That was really flamboyant with it. Like, I don't give a damn. Early 90s out here, right? But now it's different because they've already indoctrinated. They've already, she said it, desensitized, right? They've already opened you up to not, I don't want to say we don't care about it, but you're at the point where guess what? You accept it. Ooh, damn.
Because you said it. You're
No. It's not even that you accept it. You know why? You accept it because now you see it. You're like, oh, just two gay dudes. You're not like, damn, that's filthy, nasty, abomination, garbage, trash, Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Exodus, Sodom and Gomorrah, Romans 9. You're not doing that. You're like, just two gay dudes. Like, let me get on with my day. You're not feeling the abomination because guess what? They already press it into your mind that it's just two gay dudes, right? It's cool. Like this is the normal societal thing that we have to accept. You've been made to accept it through guess what? Through music, through mainly visual television. Every show, every superhero. Right? Think about it. Supergirl, Batman, Robin, all the new Marvels, they have to do it. And you have to accept it because you watch. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you might not understand that. You might not want to listen to the new artists, but it ain't no different than the old artists because all them old artists is coming out as gay.
They're just more vulgar, the new ones.
But no, they are, but in my opinion, yes, you're right. I'm not gonna go against that. You're absolutely right. What's that?
A scripture on what y'all talking about?
Yeah.
John chapter 17, verse 15.
Right, hold on. He said almost every commercial. So you can sit here and watch class and all of a sudden some damn HIV pill commercial comes on and the whole commercial is geared towards dudes. Yes. Like only guys get HIV.
Oh, Israelite dudes at that.
And it's always black and Hispanic men. And they always just look extra buttery. I'm like, golly, like, god damn, bro, like the biggest nigga is soft.
Yeah.
Right? You could be sitting there watching a kid's TV show and something homosexual comes on and you know that like Christian Mingles or whatever little meetup thing. And then guess what? It's two dudes. And you're like, wait, but the kids is watching a show on YouTube. Why is it two dudes in a Christian Mingles meetup app? When gays meet or something like that. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, so they're not going to get you through the show. They're going to get you through the commercials. Right? That's what we got to understand. Where you at?
John chapter 17, verse 15. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world.
Yeah, I was thinking about this one like 10 minutes ago. I pray not that you take them out of the world because you can't. The condition of the battle, right? He said this is the condition of the battle that all men must fight upon the earth. Is that what? You're going to see these things because guess what? Just like how when Rome fell, y'all got to go into Rome, the fall of Rome, right? And one of their many famous Caesars was Caligula Caesar. And if you ever go watch that movie Caligula, oh, buddy.
That guy.
Oh, buddy. You talking about a liberal of the liberals. He opened up the doors for everything goes. But there's a movie called Caligula. And it documents and highlights how the Romans was living. It was all about homosexuality. It was all about homosexual sex. It was all about animals. It was about all that filth, right? And this is before Rome falls, right? But think about this society. What is it promoting? It's the same exact things, right? Go ahead.
But that thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
And that's all we can do is just point out. Again, you can't even keep them too much from the evil if you send them to school. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Like, who's righteous at their school? Noah asked me the other day, Dad, how come I can't go to my friend's house, to their, the kids at school, how come I can't go to their house? I said, because ain't none of them like us, son. Ain't none of them like us. I said, you barely go to anybody's house in the camp. Why would I send you to a random stranger's house that ain't doing what we're doing? Right? So when I said, oh, so you just want to go sit in the Hamite's house? He was like, no. I was like, oh, okay, so you want to go to sit in Elam's house? And he thought about it. He was like, no. I'm like, yeah, because they do, you know what they do, right? You want to go to sit in a Muslim's house? Right? He was like, and he thought about it because we got Muslim neighbors. And he see how they move, and he was like, oh, no, I definitely ain't doing that. So I said, yeah, you got to reevaluate, because he goes to school with nothing but Elam, Ishmael, a couple of Moabites, you know what I mean? But, he's not thinking, he's just thinking, I want to go kick it. But then when you show him, like, the biblical narrative that he understands, like, you want to go sit in a Muslim's house? You know what they are. He thinks about it. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. You want to go just chill with Ham? No, I definitely don't want to go do that. I'm like, yeah, because you always complaining about them. They beating you up. They doing this. They don't smell good, whatever the case may be, right? And it's like, but you want to go hang out with that? And he's like, oh, so you got to, and it's not about like being negative or anything like that, but it's about showing them the things that we teach everyone, right? You're not gonna go sit. What does the temple of the Lord have to do with idols? Right?
Yeah.
You got nothing in common, right? So that's a good scripture. Where you at?
Let's go to Proverbs 12 and 26.
And this is a good topic, man. This is one of them topics that if you got kids, you should, bruh. I'm telling you, man. Especially when they turn into teenagers, bro. They turn into these little. They turn into these things that think that they know, and you pray. What you gotta pray for is that the Most High don't check them too hard. Yeah, that went over some people's heads. Go ahead.
Check.
Proverbs 12, verse 26.
Go ahead.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor,
Go ahead.
but the way of the wicked seduces them.
So, and this is when this is back for like L'Oreal. This is why I was saying that you do gotta at least see what it is that Satan's trying to bring as that influence, because yeah, you are raising, you raising yourself and you're raising your children, your household to be righteous, but that wicked way is gonna seduce them. Let's not get it twisted. Just like our parents tried to do their best with us and tell us don't do these things, but what happened? Wickedness seduced us.
It's like when my girls, they're like around the same age. When they start coming home with different type of little sayings, or when they start saying something over and over, you know how girls can be, or just kids, they'll come home and they'll talk, and it's like they'll be harping on something. And I'm like, my first thing is like, where y'all get that from? And it's like, oh, such and such. And I'm like, Google. I Google anything they say.
See what it's about.
So I can see what it's about. Right? And then I gotta come back and be like, nope, shut that down. Nope, shut that down. Right? Nope, don't talk like that. Right? Because at the end of the day, I gotta always watch out for the younger kids that I got. Once these old niggas get a certain way, I'm like, bro, you can get the hell out. I don't care. Right? You could dip. Once you make your choice to be who you are, shalom. Then I still gotta be accountable for the other young ones that they can influence. Right? And up until right now, the two youngest ones, they good. Manashah got his little TV demon that I'm definitely working out of him. He wants to just watch TV. I'm like, nah, bro, you're not watching TV. Can I watch the TV? Nope, no TV today. Nope, you don't go write your name and write this. But other than that, they're not influenced in that way of the things that we all had to battle, like Christmas and birthdays and New Year's and slumber parties with the wrong people and Halloween candy and all the music, right? They're not on that. You see what I'm saying? They're not on that, and that's what we're trying to get to. But we're not going to be able to shield them from every single thing, because some way, somehow, someone is going to try to seduce, right? But we got to be looking out. A wise man foresee the evil. You got to be looking at it and saying, how do they get to the children? How do they get to children? What's the two things that they use to get to children, to grab their attention? What is it?
TV.
But what about it? So if I sat here and said A, B,
Oh, they
C,
sing it.
right, colors and melody,
Yeah.
color and melody, and then motion. They make sure that they put a lot of motion behind things to grab their attention. Right? So a lot of colors, well, and a lot of, but then think about it, that whole LGBTQ is all colorful. It's all the rainbows.
Yeah.
A lot of melodies and songs, right? Old Town Road. You're like, oh, take my homie down to the Old Town Road. Now we all singing it, right? That's how they indoctrinate. And then so now you got to be sitting back like, wait a minute, what am I listening to? What am I listening to in the car with my kids? Right? What am I listening to in the car with my kids? I got to check myself a lot of the times.
Right.
Cause I listen to music. I mean, I just do. Right? But then I got to remember when the kids hop in, I got to turn that down. I got to turn that off. I got to switch it on to something else, or some classical. I make sure I got that in the playlist, right? Some instrument music. Because when my kids start asking me, Dad, play the song. I'm like, what song? Manashah just wants to hear any song. And I'm like, oh, nah, bro. We ain't doing that. Right? We ain't doing that. So I got to be careful, but I got to be careful. Right? I got to check myself, because I don't want to just be riding around there in the back listening to music and I'm like, why you singing DMX lyrics?
Oh man, come on.
I know I listen to DMX, right? But then it's like, where you get that from? And then it's me that's giving it to them. It's TV shows. I don't watch my TV shows around my kids. I just don't. I watch TV in my room by myself or my rib. And if we watch a family movie, then we'll do that. But I don't watch TV with my kids. Because the stuff I watch, people die, they getting shot, killed, cussing, little sexual activity, right? You know, it's more mature. I'm a grown up. Right. I can do that, right? So I'm gonna do it. It's leisure. But I'm not gonna, my kids walk in the room, bro, I pause it or I just turn it off and deal with them because I don't want my leisures, my pleasures, I don't want to call it pleasures, but my leisure, right, to be a hindrance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want my meat to offend. I don't want to cause the little ones to stumble. 2 Corinthians 8. That's what we're looking for. Right, go ahead. I know what you're looking for. Come on, man. You got, come on, I gotta get it. Like, bro. Fingers can't move as fast as my mouth. I talk too fast, right? But go ahead. Where we at?
Go to 2 Chronicles 15:3.
And it's rough because you don't want to be this parent that's just a straight damn cardboard box type of person. Do my kids listen to a little bit of music? Of course. Noah throw on his little Michael Jackson. You know, he'll throw on his little Michael Jackson and do the little Michael Jackson dance on the YouTube. And
You still listen to Michael Jackson?
yeah, they be doing the Michael Jackson just dance on the YouTube. You still listen to Michael Jackson, right? I mean, and you know, Michael Jackson ain't talking about nothing crazy that he can understand. He's talking about healing the world, right? Making a better place, like things like that, right? But I'm not like the other day I was cooking. It was like he was like, "Dad, I put on some music." I was like, "Con, this nigga puts on 50 Cent." I'm like, "Nah, bro, turn that off. That ain't music. That ain't for you." He puts on Many Men. I'm like, "What are you doing? That's not music." And then he puts on Michael Jackson. We're like, "Boo!" He's like, "What you said I could?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay. I'd rather Michael Jackson than 50 Cent." You know what I'm saying? You're not putting on Many Men with everybody in the house. Like that's not. I don't even listen to that with him. That's wild. You know, but
Yeah, that's cool.
it's an influence. That's the point.
Man.
That's an influence. Go ahead.
Go to read that 2 Chronicles 15:3. 2 Chronicles 15:3.
2 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 3. Now for a long season, Israel.
What? I'm sorry. She said it. Another one. Video games.
No.
She said games, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, Grand Theft Auto. I remember when Noah was talking about, can he get that? I was like, maybe when you turn 50, right? When you could cop that and you 50 years old, you can play. I don't even play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I played it one time in my life. I don't play that, right? I know that's his favorite game.
I ain't gonna lie.
Right? But I don't mess with it. Not because of anything. It ain't my type of game. I'm a basketball player game. But even in the games, the Fortnites, when they get on the headset.
Yeah.
And then I remember one time I walked in and I hear F you. I'm like, bro, I have to hop on the headset with the little white boy. Like, hold up, bro. What's your name? He was like, Timmy. And I'm like, well, listen, Timmy, we don't talk like that in this house. And he was like, okay, sir. And I made Noah delete him off his friends list. I'm like, who the hell is this little white boy? He was like, just. And then, all you hear is nigger, like Noah was whooping him in like damn race car game. And you hear nigger. I'm like, what? Because when it talks, it goes through the TV. So I'm hearing nigga, you suck, and this and that and that. And I'm like, wait, what? I ran in that room so fast, like, yo, who you talking to?
Yeah, you saw me doing that. Bro.
He online, he's spanking this white boy, and they calling him a nigger. And I'm like, but I had to check. No, I'm like, dude, you mean to tell me you sitting here with these people calling you that all because you want to play a video game?
Yeah.
Bro, I shut down that whole PlayStation network. I deleted everything, put a code on it. No friends online. He can't even add you online, right?
Yep.
Y'all begging me, can I add Bryce? I'm like, I don't know the code. Because I don't. I just threw a code in and don't even remember it. You ain't adding nobody, bro. Because you ain't going to be like all talking that negative over the headphones and I can't hear it. So my thing, when he play video games, he can't use no headphone. Right? He can't use no headphone. Like you can't take everything from them, but you got to set parameters.
Right.
What's that? I'm sorry. I keep cutting the scripture. I'm sorry. It's just,
My
man.
bad.
You have your hand up too.
No,
Go
let
ahead,
him finish
go
it.
ahead.
Yeah.
My little cousin, he has autism.
Right?
And you know, autism, you're not social.
Nope.
But when he hop on that Fortnite,
He like that
he
game.
get on talking to people, and he be yelling, all that stuff. Man, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I had to tell him.
Damn, that's
I
wild.
had to talk to him, but yeah, he started doing that when he was like 15.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro. So I had saw him last time he had came for the event, right? And he was in the room, no headphones or nothing, just playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I asked him, I was like, do you still be doing that? You still be yelling with people online? He's like, no, I don't do that no more. Well, okay.
Yeah, you should be cussing them out.
Yeah, see, he be cussing them out. I was like, you know, it's surprising because he's quiet.
Yeah, but
You know
that
what I'm saying?
video game,
Video
like,
game
turns
is a
them
whole
up.
nother world,
He's
man.
switching on. He be going in.
It's a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Flash bar.
Just on that, like playing on the internet, that's like where you can get all your credit off, because they can't find you and you can't find them.
Oh, wow. Oh, so that's when you just go, that's when you be like, nigga, if I was around you, man, listen, I'm gonna pull up.
Hey,
That's when you talk crazy.
Hey man, where you stay at? Oh,
Yeah, nigga, drop your location, drop the pin. Drop the pin.
Things be happening.
Right. Yeah, they be thugging on the internet, but then think about it. When you 10, 11, when you 10 years old and you wanna play, you don't know who you playing against. Right? So that if you got little boys calling other people niggers, but then you got grown ass men that know little boys are on there playing games, then it turns into a, hey, what's your name? I'm Bobby, I'm 15. Well, I'm Noah, I'm only 10. Oh, that's what's up, Noah. And then now we playing video games together. This nigga's really 55
Yep, it happens.
down the street because he got the IP address, right? And he's just probing and probing. Hey, meet me down the street. That's how that works. Y'all go watch Chris Hansen.
It happens
Go
a
watch,
lot.
you gotta go watch Chris Hansen.
It happens a lot, man.
And you gotta watch these pedophiles, man. Like, it's so many things that's out here. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep talking. Cause this is a touchy subject for me, man. But go ahead.
Go to verse 3. You're gonna read 3 and 4.
2 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 3. Now for a long season Israel hath been without the true God, and without a teaching priest, and without law.
So you're actually not gonna read verse 4, but I like the scripture, man, because it's telling us like we haven't had the Most High, and our people don't know the name of Yahweh, don't know the name of Yahweh Shai. They just know God. They know Jesus, so they don't even know how to live accordingly. So because we don't have the true God and we don't have a teaching priest, because we can look at all these pastors and all these Catholic priests and everything, they're not teaching anything. This is a powerful scripture. It says a teaching priest and a true God. And that's what's happening today. We don't have it. So as you can see, the parents, they're not putting that in the kids. So then the kids end up not having the true God or the words of wisdom for them to grow up in. So this is what we get. Y'all see what I'm saying? This is what we get. Go to
What was that?
2 Chronicles 15:3. Go to Proverbs. Go to Proverbs 6 and 16.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16.
So because we don't have the true God and the Most High and teaching priests, our kids is taught to do this. Read Proverbs 6 and 16.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Yet 7 are an abomination unto him.
Go ahead.
A proud look.
So, in taking it back to the second Ezra chapter 5, verse 8, where it says the menstruous women were going to bring forth monsters, these monstrous children that are brought forth, they're taught to have a proud look. They're taught to be all in the way that they look, all in the way that they carry them, all in the negative way that they carry themselves. So they're taught to live in their pride. Go ahead.
A lying tongue.
And they lie a lot. Like, they lie a lot, they swear a lot. When I say swear, I'm not talking about cussing, I'm talking about on God.
Oh God, that's the
On my soul.
on my dead.
Knowing damn well that they're lying.
On my
You
dead.
see what I'm saying? On my mom, on my soul, on God. Like y'all gotta see. Like you know when I listen to music and I listen to them, I like it because you get to hear the slang.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You get to hear how they talk. So when you listening to it, you hear the rapper saying on God, on God, on God, and you're like, oh, that's why these kids be saying that. Because where else are they getting it from? That's where they get it from. But what you got to see is Amalek, they find a certain, like he was talking about earlier with Glorilla. That song was out for a year before she blew up. Sexy Red was out for 2-3 years before she blew up.
Ugh.
But what did they do? They found her. They're like, yeah, you're worthy to be promoted. You're worthy to be promoted and your influence. And that's what they promote for our people. So guess what? When you do look at Sexy Red, your first judgment of her is what? Ugh. You're disgusting. But then guess what else? That's how they look at black women now in general. Because it's not just Sexy Red, it's just black women in general. When they look at you, if you have any resemblance to her, their first reaction to you is, ugh, you're disgusting. Why? Because we found one that's willing to be disgusting and take it to that level, and we blew her up. Like let's not get it twisted. Esau's what? The vilest man on the earth.
The most filthy.
What's more disgusting than Esau?
Nothing. But
But
us.
But they put us. Esau's way more disgusting than us.
I'm talking about us and our filth.
But they put us and make it seem like we're the most disgusting people. Like, and we've been doing the disgusting things. Like, I'm like they've been doing all that. That's why they got chased up into the mountains. But now they put it on us and they make us the faces of the disgusting things, of the abominations. They make us the faces of this Proverbs chapter 6 that we're reading. The six abominations, the 7 abominations that the Most High hate. They made our unclean women and unclean men that was unworthy of having children, now having children, and they're bringing forth these monstrous kids that got what? The proud look, the lying tongue, read.
And hands that shed innocent blood.
And man, like, hands that shed innocent blood and just don't care about the blood that they're shedding. And guess what, y'all? It's the whole 12 tribes. I know we live in America, so we just be seeing it from Judah. You might be hearing it from Issachar, down at the border, but it's the whole 12 tribes. Because you know what I see on Google, whenever I go on Google, and they show you like the top search things? My little country, Jamaica, there's a travel advisory warning and going there. Why?
Yep.
Because everybody's dying.
Yep.
Everybody's dying there. They're killing everything back home. So they're like, hey, don't go to Jamaica. Don't go there for vacation.
If you do, do not leave the boats. Do not leave the resorts.
Don't leave it. Why? Because again, this is the same thing that's promoted here is the same thing that's promoted there.
You know, it's how you. Can I just get one real quick, just on what you're saying? Go to Psalms 33.
23?
Yeah, read that.
Book of Psalms, chapter 3 and verse 3.
No, 83.
Oh.
Or 80, what is it? 80, Tomo, 83?
Psalms chapter 83,
Yeah. Start at 1,
verse 1.
right?
Keep not thou silence, O God.
Right.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
And sometimes this is what it feels like. Like, damn, is the Most High just holding his peace? When when the Sexy Reds and when Amalek and Esau is able to put up the prototype of what they want us to look like through the Sexy Reds, through the blue faces, through the Think about it. Come on, man. Killer Mike just won like 3 Grammys and got arrested the same damn night. He got rap album, rap song, rap performance, and then gets arrested. But Will Smith smacks the hell out of a nigga and nothing happens. Right? Because rap is back. Rap is whack. Right? You got you got a lot of different things going on that they make sure that they generate a prototype so that can be the typical black male that's just driving, oh, you fit the description. Right? You fit the description. So there's descriptions that they want us to fit into. And sometimes they feel like the Most High is like, damn, bro, like, you're just gonna die like this? Right? But David is saying, keep not thy peace. Go ahead.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Because we know that it's noise. It's confusion. Right? It's the sleight of hand. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee
right
have lifted up the head.
Right, and you remember it says they that hate thee. This is who hates the Most High, but you hate the Most High, you hate his people. But I like the scripture because it shows you, just according to what we're going through, how else are they going to cut us off, right? Go ahead, read on.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have done what?
Taking crafty counsel.
You think they don't have think tanks on how to destroy our image, the black man's image? You think they don't have think tanks? Why don't they promote Lil Wayne having a 4.0 for graduating from his college, or 2 Chainz having a 4.0 from the college they graduated from? How come they don't promote that? But they'll promote him 2 Cups, Rubber Band Man and 2 Chainz and 2 Chainz, right? They're not promoting his diploma. They're not promoting like Lizzo, right? They don't promote that she's actually a classical artist. Right? She's actually. Did y'all know that? She started out in the like playing the flute, and not like the little flute you screw together.
The recorder.
Yeah, not the recorder that you get in 5th grade. Like this nigga got $1,000 flutes at her crib. Yeah. She got one flute that was given to her by like some classical recorder. Mm-hmm. Right? She got nice instruments, right? But they don't promote that side. They promote her running around. The first time I ever seen Lizzo was at a basketball game. Lakers game, twerking at the sidelines. Yeah. Like, what the hell is this damn rotund, half-naked woman? I never knew what a Lizzo was, right? But they promote that instead of, she does classical music. She's a classical recording artist first.
If I can say just on that point, Lizzo is also another perfect example of an industry plant. So like, I'll show you how we would tell our kids, what we would tell our kids when it comes to Lizzo. We always be like, yeah, don't dress like that. Don't act like that. Cover yourself up, right? Mm-hmm. But this is what you should tell them. Like, do you see anybody out in the streets that do what she do? And they'll be like, no, because they use Lizzo Lizzo was one of the ones that they used to spearhead this thing where it's like, the whole body shaming. Being old, body positivity. That's it. She was the one that they used to spearhead that. Yep. So instead of you telling your kids, don't do that. Be healthy, or cover up. Like instead, what you got to tell your kids is, look, this is what they're trying to promote. They're trying to promote y'all to just be unhealthy and just don't care. Be unhealthy, don't care, but still dress like you're 100 pounds, and just walk around with everything all out. Not saying that a chick that's 100 pounds should even walk around with like everything out.
But it's about no shame. It's about no shame.
It's like now you don't have no shame. Now you don't have no standard.
You can't body. It was like Amber Rose, the slut shaming.
Yep.
Right. The same thing. You can't body shame now. Like that's a thing. Like,
they used Amber. They used Amber.
Amber Rose.
Amber White. They used Amber Rose.
Who was a white girl.
Push.
Who was a white woman.
They used her to push that slut shaming stuff.
But at that time, she had a black man, Wiz Khalifa, with the sign saying no sluts or whatever it was.
No, that was 21 Savage.
Oh, it was 21. My bad. They both the same to me. I thought they were the same guy. Yeah, they both look like twins. Anyway, they both like 2 little dumb retards, little skinny twig niggas, right?
Think about it. 21 Savage is supposedly like this hood killer, but he marched with the sign that said, "I'm a slut."
I'm a slut.
Yeah. What?
And is running from deportation. Finish reading. Finish reading that.
And consulted against thy hidden
It
ones.
says they take crafty counsel. So y'all gotta sit back and think, like, if we could sit here and think about the things that they do, they're doing it. The crafty counsel is on a high level where it's not just music. Anything that goes into you now is being crafted to destroy you. Don't you realize that? It's about what can we put in you. How can we influence your body to be weak, your mind to be weak, your spirit to be weak? How can we influence you to be, to not be that godly man or woman, right? And they go every means. What's that?
You can see that in that movie, They Clone Tyrone.
Right? Say, yep, yeah. Where everything was an experiment, right? Everything was, let's see how they react to this.
Yep.
But this is the thing. You know what's cold? You know what's cold about growing up in this era, the age of information? You can see what the baby formula did to the boys. They're all running around like Susie Santana, right? You can see what the hair weave did to y'all women. Y'all bald as hell, right? I'm talking about alopecia, right? You can see what the weed smoking is doing, what it did. You can see what crack did. Because why? It's been so long and we're so far removed from when it first started. You can see what feminism has done to black women, to black men. We see the results. Right? We know that, okay, they experimented, but now we get to sit back and Google search. Hair weave, carcinogen, leaches into your scalp, gives you cancer. Oh, snap. Lunch meat, carcinogen, eat it, burns away your intestines. Damn. You know why they tell you that is bad? Because it affects them. The crafty counsel is being turned on them. See, and then the beautiful thing is, keep not thy silence, O Lord. Most High is keeping his silence, but he's turning the snare. That's him not being silent. When they open up Planned Parenthoods, right? I always say it, and Becky is pulling up. It's like, oh, damn, we gotta wait. You know what? We gotta, Roe versus Wade. Hold up, we gotta reevaluate. But then when you go into Roe versus Wade, you find out it wasn't even a real case. Just look it up. That wasn't even a real thing. But why is it on the books? Why is it there? Right? And maybe I'm misquoting, but there was something about that case that was faulty. They knew it was, and they still pushed it through because they knew what it was going to do to us. Most High ain't keeping silent, even though sometimes it feels like that. He's letting them fall into their traps. Go ahead, read on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off.
And this is the point I want to get to. What's the first way to cut people off from anything? How do you cut people away? When it says let's cut them off from being a nation, right? Well, how do I first do that? Don't I have to destroy their image? Don't I have to destroy the image of a strong black man?
Control the narrative.
Don't I have to, right? Don't I gotta control? Don't I gotta go into Egypt, shoot off the noses on the statues, cut off this, cut off that, rewrite history, paint you as what she say? He was they call us, what did Hillary Clinton call us? She said
Super
black men are
predators.
super predators.
Yes.
Don't I gotta paint you all as drug dealers, thugs, lazy? Like, come on. I remember when I used to hear Mexicans were lazy. I used to hear that. I mean, when I moved to Colorado, it was like Mexicans are lazy people. And I go out and I'm like, but they're the ones doing all the work.
Yeah.
How are they lazy? It's hot as hell and they're cutting everybody's lawn.
Yep.
They might do it for cheap, but Mexicans ain't lazy people.
What happened?
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith the Lord. They got two burdens.
God.
He said Issachar's like an ass stuck between two burdens. I'm like, how the hell are they lazy? But that's a narrative that's pushed. They just want to be on welfare. Hold on, let's look at the statistics, because there's more white people on welfare than black people. Wait a minute. They collect more unemployment benefits and welfare benefits than black people do. What's happening here? But the narrative has to be pushed out that you a lazy nigga that wants to be on welfare and get food stamps and TANF and Section 8, right? But think about it. Think about all them scammers that get caught up in scandals, right? Like how the women try to get their kids into UCLA by doing the little college scandal. We ain't doing that. That's them.
Oh yeah.
Getting caught up in these scandals, but we're the swindlers, we're the liars, we're the cheats. And yes, we are. We are, but if I could paint the narrative that you're the worst of the worst, then guess what? Who do you got to be with you? Who do you got to believe you? You're cut off. So it first starts, y'all gotta understand, it first starts with destroying the image, right? When they destroyed the image of Christ, that's why it says in that Revelations where Christ is crucified, Sodom and Egypt, they push that narrative of a white Jesus on us and destroy the real image of Christ. It destroys us. It tries to destroy the narrative of the scriptures. Right? Go ahead.
They have said, come and let's cut them off from being a nation.
Right?
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Now you a nigga. Now you a spick, a spook, a wetback, a border jumper, a porch monkey, right? You all a cheetah, a street cheetah. That's a street cheetah.
Where y'all even get that from?
That's hilarious.
I don't know.
When
I'm starting to
Tyreek-
feel like y'all made that up.
When Tyreek Hill raced the cheetah, street cheetah.
You had told me that you had there's this website that had all these names.
Oh,
that
damn.
White people call it.
And he went and looked at it, and he found street cheetah. Yeah, porch monkey, coon, spick, spook, jungle bunny, right?
Hey, Esau, I got the best
Big,
name for Esau.
big lip beast, right?
I think Cracker fits them well.
Cracker's the best. That's cracker. Crackers.
Cracker's a square.
Square.
You're a square. You're a lady.
But they're like the non-salted. They're like the non-salted saltine
Yeah,
cracker.
you got it.
Nigga, you the non-salted bland cracker, right? You only good. Yeah. So
They got what?
not a bad. Nah, he ain't the matzah. Yeah, he like the matzah. He like the matzah
Nah,
cracker.
they ain't those type of crackers.
They are though. Them things is bland as up. What's that?
I thought they got that name from the whip.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
he's a
they're that,
cracker.
but I gave them a different one.
I call it because they look like crackers. Like he said, they square and bland.
They can't do nothing on their own.
Smell like mayonnaise and pennies.
They gotta have a side. They gotta have some salt.
Just do.
Ain't no salt with it.
Ain't no salt, right?
Think about it. When's the last time you said, man, let me just eat a cracker?
I ain't going front.
Just
I
a
did it
cracker?
today.
Right,
Bruh, and I was so mad. The crackers were so, they were so bland. I went upstairs, I took 2 packs.
Eat that when you about to throw up.
No, look, I took 2 packs, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm about to hit these. It said saltines. And I opened the little small blue pack and I hit one. I'm like, oh my God, these are disgusting. I said, you know what, let me finish this off. I didn't want to leave no food upstairs. And I ain't even open the second pack. They still in the dresser.
One time you buy crackers when you about to throw up, man. Get that with some Sprite.
Hey, listen, times be hard. You gotta hit crackers, man.
Can't get through.
Yeah, I gotta get through the day.
You eat the leftover crackers that you didn't eat from when you was about to throw up.
You know what it was? I came downstairs in this box of crackers, and the kids are like, "Oh, crackers!" I'm like, "What is going on?" I was like, "Man," and they eat that thing with joy, but me, no. Finish it.
Doritos. Oh yeah, your hand up.
I was gonna say only the Ritz crackers.
Ritz.
Yeah, Ritz is good.
As you can eat by itself.
Nah, bro, water crackers. They don't know about those.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's the point. How do we make you not be? Because remember, the name of Israel is what does Israel mean? What does it mean?
He is the Prince of Power.
He is a prince with the power, right? He is a prince with power. We don't want that name. We want Street Cheetah and Jungle Bunny and Jigaboo, right? And nigga. That's the name you're supposed to be known by. Lowlife, bum, deadbeat, jailbird, right? That is a whole different narrative when he's the prince with power, right? Than being a nigga and a jailbird, right? We want you to be known as that. So we got to destroy the daughters of Sarah. You can't be the daughter of Sarah because Sukihana is your mama. Sexy Red is your image, right? And they make sure that they keep recycling. We talked about it, the women that come through, right? Remember when rap wasn't about the Foxy Browns? Remember when rap was like MC Lyte, Queen Latifah? Right. I mean, but she was a lesbian, still is. But it was like lesbianism, right? So there was a different narrative, and they were like, oh, that ain't working. They're not turning lesbian fast enough. But we could turn them into hoes, because they're already doing hoe stuff, so we can like really promote it. Right? They want to be out here in fur coats and their thong, right? So let's promote that, Little Kim. And Foxy Brown, let's just recycle the image. Oh, snap. Let's recycle. Oh, Nicki Minaj, she wants to recycle. And then they, think about it, they all take the same photo, the Lil Kim photo.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Boom, right? That was like one of the biggest photos ever taken in rap. But it's an image that's recycled to keep us cut off.
It'll the same thing with Cameron's Pink Fur.
Cameron,
I'm just playing,
Cameron,
they don't
but
do
even
that.
well,
Iconic,
but even the image of like a dope boy, right? There's a certain dress code and image, and persona that goes with that a lot of our kids they want them to mimic, right? And that's how you keep us cut off. So don't want to go there. You can jump back to
No, you could. Let's go to Jeremiah
Talking too
11.
much.
Jeremiah 11 and verse 19. You know another thing too. Just on all of them, they're all. You got to see, man, that they're all industry plants. Because you don't hear about them again. They give them one song. They promote what they promote. They may give them 2 songs, but it's never the same as that first song. They promote what it is that they wanted them to promote. They give them a whole bunch of money. Well, not a whole bunch of money. It's really like a whole bunch of debt that they give them. And then you don't hear from them again. And then they kind of like, that's why you see a lot of, if you follow it, you kind of see like a lot of them, they don't even make music like that anymore. They got to like be Instagram and photo shoots and doing all kinds of different things to get their money.
Reality TV.
Yeah, because they were never talented. They were never talented, and people didn't actually like their music or whatever it was that they was trying to push. They got to find another lane to make music. Like if you pay attention to it, you'll see that that's what ends up happening. So just the point of what we were trying to bring out today is like you got to see like what it is that they're trying to promote for you and for your kids that's coming up and your potential grandkids, so that you can explain to them and show them. Because whenever you come and you talk to them and you just telling them, hey, this ain't it, those same kids look at you like you're just lame. That's what it is. Like I remember being young, and when Lil Wayne was popping, nobody could tell me that Lil Wayne wasn't the best rapper alive, because that's what they promoted.
Super Cat.
You could say that, right? Now, that's what they promoted,
They
right?
never promoted that.
Well, see, it was my uncles and my cousins that was like him, that was like, he's trash.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I got older and it wasn't until I got older where I'm like, hey, this was trash. I don't even have his music on my phone like that. But at the time, that I was all mixed up in that influence, and you couldn't tell me that he wasn't it. And I'm here telling everybody now, whatever your kids is into, you could tell them all day, don't do that. You could tell them all day, stop playing video games. You could tell them all day, don't listen to this. If that's what they're into, if that's what that's what they're giving themselves to, that's what they're gonna give themselves to. You gotta give them the wisdom behind it and show them, to try to break them out of that trance and kind of show them what their future is gonna be. Because if not, then they will get caught up in that. And then Esau is gonna win, because they're gonna live their life and mimic what it is that Esau wanted them to live and mimic by what they promoted.
Can I say one thing? And we talked about this earlier, just on this topic. Y'all ever see the video of the girl that was kind of walking in the field and she was crying and she was like, I gave my soul to the devil and I want to leave the rap industry? Y'all ever seen that video? Who was that?
Isn't that Sukiyaki?
Exactly. Now think about it. She sat there on video crying about selling her soul to the devil, right? Knowingly.
Yep.
And she wants out. And then you don't hear nothing from this girl for years. Right? I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until recently. Like, yo, that was the same chick.
Yep.
Right? But then now look at her.
Wasn't like that.
No, it's not about, no. Forget about not like that. Yeah, her whole image has changed, but she blew up. Based off of what was being promoted at that time that we didn't even see. She wasn't begging for help to get out the rap industry. She was showing you how to get blown up in the rap industry. Because now you put 2 and 2 together, you're like, wait a minute. She sold her soul to the devil, admitted it, ducked off for a little bit, and blew back up off of what? Off of what? Off of what? It was off of that acknowledgement. It was off of giving Satan that credit.
Yeah.
And that's what they pushed to the kid. Because now you hear it. Demon time. I'm on demon time. I'm on this. I'm on that. You hear about all the killings. Those are about sacrifices.
Yeah.
Killing my ops and doing all these different things. You hear Kanye come out, I sacrificed my mama. Right? It's wild though. When I look at every celebrity, I'm beside the conspiracy theorists, but go back to all the different franchises that have blown up, all the different celebrities, they got a death. Now, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, right?
Puff Daddy.
Huh?
Like Puff Daddy.
Diddy, the whole, think about it. When Vin Diesel blew up, that damn franchise, somebody died for real though. Paul Walker, right? When you go through, bro, you can go through so many people, and there's a death in their family. You're like, dang, I didn't even know their kid died. Jennifer Hudson, Kanye, that's just two. That's just a few. John Travolta, right? He had a kid that died. They had a sister that died. People don't know. They had a sister that got shot. Yep, on the tennis court.
French Montana.
Jordan's pops died. French Montana's old boy died. The rapper. Huh? Dirk. Oh yeah, he got mad droppers around him. They just, I mean, just look at it. Look at it. When there's a death, somebody's like blowing up off that death. Now, am I saying that they sacrificed that person and doing all that? I'm not saying that, because the Most High ultimately controls death and life, right? But are they doing some satanic? They talked about, you hear when they said that they busted into 21 Savages, not 21. What's the one dude? Slime Life. Young Thug. They said they busted into one of his partner's houses. He was sacrificing a chicken. Did you hear that?
Oh, wow.
That's like on court records. They said that when they busted in, he was doing an animal sacrifice.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. Wow. Wild. Right? But like you sitting there doing brujeria. I mean, bro, you ain't killing no chicken in your house. Right?
You know that guy Cardi, Playboy Cardi?
Playboy Cardi.
They say he's a known Satanist.
Known Satanist.
Bro, he was walking around with a thong the other day.
That's what you showed me?
That's the picture I said.
Oh, that's terrible.
But
But look at all these cats.
But this is the thing too. Even with that, like, bro, he knew that was showing, and that wasn't like an accident when they took a picture of him wearing a thong.
We got a whole sheer thong on.
Like they did that on purpose to promote that. So if you were a guy, if you were like a teenager coming up, and you feel like you bi-curious, well, guess what? One of your favorite artists, he's showing you that he is.
Yeah,
that he swings with that, and then you're like,
that's cool.
Okay.
D-Wade with the colored nail polish. That's my favorite basketball player. Well, you know what? He wears nail polish now.
They all wear nail polish.
Drake rocking the Mercies. What's that?
Just back on Sukiana, not to keep bringing her up, but I told you, like, I purposely will watch these podcasts with these celebrities or influencers because they reveal themselves and what they're about right in the podcast. And she just went on Bobby Altoff's podcast, and she said, and on the podcast, she said, I'm one of the leaders of this new generation. And she said it like very confidently, and to me, it didn't go over my head. I was like, she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly where she's leading this generation. She knows the influence she has on the world. They all know exactly.
Yep. You know another thing too. So for everybody online, I met everybody's favorite guy yesterday. I took a picture with him. I met Orlando Brown.
Bro,
he was in the mall yesterday. So Orlando Brown was in the mall. He was short as hell.
I never knew there was a person shorter than him.
And I'm not that short, but anyway, Orlando Brown, he's strolling through the mall all giggity.
Bugged out.
And I'm like, dang. So you know what everybody said about him though? Like I ain't gonna lie, I was happy to see him because everybody look at him like he's bugged out. I don't look at him, he's bugged out, of course. But nobody's paying attention to what he's saying when he is saying real stuff. Yeah. So I took a picture with him. Everybody in the mall, like all the people that worked in the mall, they're like, you took a picture with that crackhead, you took a picture with the crackhead, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it shows me like you're not even listening to what he's saying. Like you don't think what he's saying is real.
Yeah.
Because your mind is in line. So
some of it is suspect though. He said 50 Tyson was the real Kevin Hart.
No, of course that's. But when he's talking about like the other stuff, then you're like, okay, well, the other stuff that he talks about lines up with what I'm seeing.
It does.
It lines up with what I'm seeing. When I see Playboy Cardi with a damn thong on, then what he's saying lines up.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, because he's been there. So, and then I personally think too that he acts like that so that they don't kill him, because they probably looking at him like, yeah, we don't need to get rid of him. Look, because the majority of people think that he's just a crazy crackhead anyways.
Because that's what they do, though. They paint you as crazy. They throw you in the psych ward. You're not credible. Again,
Not credible.
Destroy your image to not make you credible.
Yep. So,
he look like a damn nut, though.
yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Orlando Brown, man.
That's so racist.
That's so racist.
Yep.
Talking about he came out talking about how like Lil Bow Wow and all these dudes is having sex, and he came out talking about all the Hollywood sex between all the men, and he admitted that he was a part of it. I mean,
Yep.
I might have kept that to myself, but it does say confess your faults.
I got two before it's 9 o'clock. I got two before we get out.
Did he go to his?
Where are we gonna go to?
You called Jeremiah 11 and 19?
Yeah.
Okay, before we go there, go to Ecclesiastes 10 and 2.
I mean, y'all know this is one of them topics we can just talk because it's in our face. We all like music and movies and shows, and we like to partake.
Yeah. Read Ecclesiastes 10 and 2.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 2.
Go ahead.
As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
So, when you look at these people that's promoted, these people are, for the world, these people are their judges. You see what I'm saying? They are their leaders. So you got to see, like, we're looking at them and we're like, damn, they're crazy. But you got to understand, like, this is what the world is. This is what 90 to 95% of the 12 tribes is down with them. Y'all see what I'm saying? So you got to know how to, you got to understand that. You got to know how to move and maneuver around these people that think the same way that they think. And to close it, Jeremiah 11, verse 19.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 19.
And this is to go back with that Psalms 83 that we were reading. Go ahead.
But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter.
Go ahead.
And I knew not that they had devised devices against me.
And this is our people. Like, they're sheep. They're sheep without shepherds that's being brought to the slaughterhouse, and they don't even know it. They don't even know that they've been devised against. You see what I'm saying? They can't even see it. Go ahead.
Saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof.
And the people that's destroying us, they want to destroy the elders along with the young and the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. They want to keep the cycle of destruction going, the cycle going. And that's why they make sure that they spend billions and they promote certain people for us. You see what I'm saying? For our people to look at. So, you know the way, excuse me, one of the reasons why I wanted to drop this was because, like I was saying earlier, it's very easy to just look at them like they're stupid, like they're disgusting. But at the end of the day, you got to see that these are the people that they're promoting for our people. So when you look at them and your first reaction is they're stupid, they're disgusting, yeah, that's because they are, it's true. But understand that this is how the nations look at us in general. Like we're stupid, like we're disgusting, like we're gangbangers. You see what I'm saying? That's how the whole world looks at us. And those are the heads of us. It ain't Israelites, y'all. It ain't the Bible. As much as we want it to be, as much as the biblical modest women that we know that we used to be according to the scriptures, and that we're around in our Israelite environment, that's not what the world sees. The world sees disgusting hoes. You see what I'm saying? As men with wisdom that we were back then and that we're striving to be now, that's not what the world sees. The world sees niggas. They see dumbass niggas. I'm just being honest. I know when I move around, because my neighbors that don't talk to me, when I move around, I already know. Moab looks at me like I'm a disgusting nigga. I already know he looks at my rib like she's she's a black, ugly, disgusting chick. You see what I'm saying? I already know that's how they look at us. Why? Because that's how they treat us in the smaller interactions that we get. When we got to go to their house because the Amazon the delivery driver dropped the package at their house, and my rib's like, hey, I ordered this. They brought it to your house, and they looking at my rib like, let me see the name. Why? Because you think that she gonna steal it? That's how they look at us. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because that's what they promote, and because that's what they promote, you got to see like you don't want to look at your people the same way, like how they look at us. Because those are the type of people that's going to be walking through these doors, and they're not going to be 100% on point, and you're going to have to fix them.
And also, as a man and woman with knowledge, the knowledge of the Most High, you don't want to give off that old man persona, right? Many of us have worn many hats in this world, right? Gone? Right. So you don't want to walk around still being the old man, trying to be the old man in a old spirit in a new garment. It's not gonna work. So, you gotta keep that in mind too. That the way you're perceived and the things you give off to the people around you. The name of the Most High is blasphemed to the Gentiles through you, right? Because they look at the way we move, the great cloud of witnesses. They watch. And we can be a little bit of a difference, right? Because you're not going to convert the whole nation, right? But you can be the example of your people to your neighbor. That's why I'm always neighborly to my neighbors, right? Now I don't let them just do whatever the hell they want and be animals, but I am neighborly to them. I live peaceably with them because I know I represent the next black man, Israelite or not, that they're going to encounter. Right, and I know that I can, through the Spirit of the Most High, dispel any of those stereotypes and those negatives that they have about us. We can do that. We can break down those strongholds. That's what the scriptures say to do. Right, we can break down that negative image that's been painted of us. But it's how we operate with the people around us. It's how we operate with our own people. Some of us gotta get better with our own families, right? And operate better with your own family outside the truth, and conquer that zone. So, just a reminder, right? Just a reminder that the things we give off in our persona, knowing better, is very important. Also, with that, and
all right. With that, we'd like to say water for everybody for joining class. San Antonio is on, so definitely click over to San Antonio. Today is Wednesday, so Zion will be on Thursday. Virginia will be on Friday and Saturday. So, yeah. With that, we'd like to say shalom.
Shalom.
Water for joining us.
scripture. Excuse me. I was looking for the scripture the other